Name is TzariZM, Czar for short. Dockside Music Group to the Deaf, DMG, Strangers Productions. I mean, it started from just the music like my father used to play. I mean, he played a lot of old school records, but I used to hear some of those old school records being with new renditions, you know, like James Brown and whatnot being used for hip hop records early. So I used to love the whole idea of being able to take something old and make it new. It just sounded dope to me. I really was into it. So, you know, that, man, and just early years, man, I was raised in Memphis, Tennessee, but I spent a lot of time in Long Island, and I had an older brother that put me onto a lot of music, rolling around in this whip, you know, and I think it influenced me and my younger brother. I make mad beats at the same time. So it's just something, you know, like he wanted to DJ, I wanted to be an MC, wanted to be DJ at a point too, but all the elements, man, it grabbed me, man. I had to be part of it somehow, you know. Anything that was dope, I heard in my older brother's whip. It was the Black Jetta, and he used to roll around the streets, the neighborhood, just playing, you know, old, you know, Clue tapes and Dirty Harry tapes, and that was really my first exposure. In Memphis, you don't really hear that type of stuff too much, man. It was an underground radio station that I had to use like a wired hanger to get like even a little reception in. So I used to dub some songs, and that was the first time I heard like Kool Keith records and like Blue Flowers and stuff before that. And I was like, yo, it's dope. But I never had no way to trace it. So this back before internet was even, you know, popping like that. So I have to say it probably was my summers in Long Island, man. I don't think they realized the impact it had on us. Like my father used to come to the he was making beats, and he'd be quick to knock me, turn that shit down. You know, like it wasn't like it was just a hobby to them. My mother didn't really see it like becoming something professional unless we became doctors or something like that. But I think over the years when they saw that we just kept going at it, and you know, we were persistent in that, you know, we became a staple in our communities that we lived in the scenes, that they really saw that it was part of it. So then they embraced it, you know what I'm saying? So inspiration comes in many forms, but I have to say directly it's from my crew. Like my brother, I make mad beats, my brother for another mother, Midas, like those dudes continue to keep me inspired. You know, the rest of my crew members, my boy Rugged, you know, that's just, you know, they keep me on my toes, man. I mean, I've worked with a lot of dope talent that have become like really good friends of mine. You know, talking like Critical Madness, for instance. I've known those dudes for years. You know, and then eventually working with artists that actually embraced me, like that were already on a certain scale. Like the first person to really take me in was like Self-Titled out of Tampa. And we hooked up and did a track back in 03, 04. And it was just strictly super humble, like how he did it, and he really showed me a side that he made me realize that, yo, I'm doing this, I like what I'm doing, you know. Being able to just stay consistent is something that you have to take serious as an artist. I mean, some years back, you could drop an album every 2 years, and you know, you kept a little buzz and everything just going in between, but nowadays it's like you have to drop more quantity than quality. And I think that's really the balance that's been kind of hard to like work with, is quality, quantity, because we're big on quality, but we just gotta, you know, be able to drop more and stuff like that. So I think that's the biggest challenge, really. Being able to have something to take to years to come and be like, yo, TzariZM, you know, Dockside, they had some really genuine music. You know, we stayed true to the art, but yet we kept it new. We didn't, you know, stick to like old times or whatnot, but just basically, man, the respect, man, and be able to maybe be mentioned in the names of other artists that are out there. I mean, you know, you have artists like DJ Premier, and I was like one of the first producers that I was like, yo, I want to be as big as DJ Premier. Though DJ Premier is from a timeline when things were a little different, you know, before the internet craze and the madness of everybody wanting to be a rapper. So it's a little harder for artists nowadays to really leave something, but I just want us to be remembered as just being one of those dope, really dope groups of acts, you know what I'm saying, that kind of reminiscent of like a Wu-Tang or a boot camp, you know, as far as collectively.